I have over 100 hours of gameplay, and I have spoken to many raiders, and a lot of people seem to not know what to do. Yeah, people are dying in PvP. They don't know where to get the best loot. They don't know how to do their project or what they should be focusing on. This guide is for you. And if you think you know everything, well, hopefully I can show you a few things that you don't know. Let's get started. The number one first thing that you should be working on is expanding your inventory. And the reason I say this is your number one is expanding your inventory is going to lead you to find more and more stuff. I have a video on how to get 50k every run, every time, safe and effectively, and that is in the Buried City. Check out that video. But expanding your inventory is going to let you hoard as much gear and everything else that you need, and you're going to have to hoard a lot of things to do a lot of stuff that we're going to be working on. As you're expanding your inventory, you're naturally going to be upgrading your benches and you're going to be crafting. The two benches that have the most value are your medical and your gun. The reason I say that is because I go through so many bandages and different types of weapons, depending on the enemy I'm going after, that these seem to hold the most value in my 100 hours of gameplay. The Anvil is one of the best guns, if not the best guns, to hunt down arcs and do the damage in early game. If you're doing PvP, the kettle is the number one gun. And if you can max that thing out, you are just going to be a destructive force every stage of the game, early, late, and middle. Let's dive into that skill tree and the experience, because a lot of people are losing a ton of experience or they're not getting enough fast enough. First, the skill tree, if I could go back and change what I've learned, I would have just started with the red tree and just gone straight to the end on the upper side so I could breach those special lockers, because even with the nerf that they've already brought, it's still good to get blueprints and really good gear every time, all the time. There is probably an argument to be made for stamina and all these other things, but honestly, the game is about loot and getting better gear and blueprints and weapons, and this just helps you get more of that. So that's my argument for the red tree. And then after that, worry about your stamina, worry about your sliding and whatever else you want to do. Doing the red tree first is the first thing you should be working on above everything else. Now, after that, a lot of people are neglecting experience. You just running around the world opening doors or lockers or whatever it is, even if it's already been open, you're getting experience. Those little arc pods that drop from the sky or just crashed on the ground, you're getting 700 experience just for checking that. Even if you don't breach it, just checking it gives you 700. So a way to get a really good boost early game, mid game, late game, just start doing those. If you see one and it's safe around it, go check it. There's no reason not to. You not checking and exploring and looking at everything is not giving you experience. You have to do that so you can get your experience and work on your skill tree. The project is the hardest and most time-consuming thing, but what is the project? Well, completing an expedition or the project gives your new raider lasting advantages until your next expedition departs. This includes increased XP, gains, extra scrap, materials, increased weapon repairs, and more stash space. That's a big one. You can also earn bonus skill points based on the value of the items in your stash. So what all that means is if you don't have this done by the allotted time, you start back to zero. It is a wipe. So in short, if you want to keep progress that you've worked really hard on, you need to do this. Now, I've made some short videos for you to use to get those hard items reliably and safely. You can check those out. Again, those are for you. They're very quick. But as you can see, every step of the way, there's always different stuff. But the absolute most time-consuming step is step 5. For step 5, you are going to have to sell a bunch of materials per category. So your weapons, your coins, your materials, like your valuable items, little things with diamonds on them, you have to sell those and meet the threshold for each category. Once you complete all of this, you are good. You are complete. You are done with the project. You have succeeded. Now, the pain of PvP, a lot of people are just having a really big issue with it. It's part of the game. It's what makes the game actually fun and adds a lot of tension. But some people don't like it. And I'm going to help you get better at PvP. Go in with a free loadout. Only have the intention to do PvP. You have to practice. You have to do it. You have to get comfortable with it. And it is part of the game, and there is no escaping it. Trios, you will always have PvP. Duos, you probably have a 60 to 70 chance that you're going to have PvP. But right now, solos, because most people are done with everything in the game except for blueprint hunting and questing, they want to do PvP. There's nothing left to lose. They have everything. So solos right now, currently, is really hot. And I think that's always going to be the trend, is when everyone is done with everything, there's just going to be a huge spike in PvP. And you're not going to get around it. So you need to get comfortable with it. You need to get good at it. And when using a free loadout, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. My biggest tips for PvP and being successful is bring a hatch key, unless you're doing night raids and then you're just going to have to duke it out. Bring the red grenades and just start chucking those at people. You need to get the drop on somebody. You need to stalk. Most people that fire the first shot, they are going to win, or fire the first grenade. Grenades break shields very quickly. You swap over to a kettle, you max it out, you put all the low attachments on it, and you just lay them down with light ammo. Do not take high gear into PvP matches that you know you're going into, because it doesn't matter. I have not seen any difference in pink or blue or green. Just go in with all green or a free loadout and just do your best. You can take a hull cracker and, fight the monarch or the queen or, whatever else you need to work on, but you can also buy that once a day, so there's not really a big loss. If you have a really good gun, you don't have the blueprint, you are about to be an angry guy, or the 2% girls that are actually playing this game. But there are people who will specifically wait for you to put in all the work and you have no ammo, you're already hurt, and they will just camp you out and they will just take your stuff. And that is why I recommend a hatch key. I've done most of this game without doing almost any night raids. I'm doing night raids now because I'm just hunting for specific blueprints to hopefully transfer that over to next season. But yeah, that's my beginner's guide. This is really everything you need to know. It's not too complicated. I know PvP is really irritating people, but PvP is not that bad, especially once you discover grenades and how ridiculous they are. Hopefully this helped. Like and sub if you're interested. If you want to jump in a group with me, by all means, shoot me an invite or leave a comment or something like that, and we can go run together. But I will let you know we will most likely be doing PvP at least until the next season hits, and then everyone's just gonna be grinding for whatever the next project is. So I'll see you next time. Y'all have a good day.
An arc orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. 10 minutes to get out of there. I repeat, 10 minutes.